Welcome back to 843 TV. We're now joined by Mr. Steve Wilmot, who is the tournament director for the Heritage Classic Foundation. How are you today?
Good, great. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's hard to believe, but we're almost there. A little bit less than a month now, or a little more than a month, excuse me, until the tournament.
Yep.
How are you feeling?
Actually, it's amazing how many people say, "Are you ready?" Heck no, we're not. But we're gaining on it. There's obviously a great vibe in this community with this event being about a month away, and it's an exciting time for everybody.
When exactly is the RBC Heritage presented by Boeing, and how can people buy tickets if they're interested?
Actually, it's April 13th through the 19th, always the second full week in April. That other event the week before us is as the first full week in April, and you can go to our website, rbcheritage.com, and there's still tickets available and other opportunities. I'm fortunate to say that both of our pro-ams on Monday and Wednesday are sold out.
That's great.
And, our sponsor sales are going well as their ticket sales, which again kind of is a reflection back on the tournament. Even last year with the bad weather we had, people are still showing the great support. Yeah, well then on the website, I was on there a couple days ago, it's great. I mean, because you can get day tickets, you can get the whole week passes. They even have the barbecue pass. There's a lot of cool. It's more than just buying a golf ticket. There's really good options. Yes, and you know, yet there was a reason a few years ago and why we had just weekly badges. It was kind of to spread the week out. But we do have daily badge passes now, and it's important for actually the local community with the daily passes as well, because you find a lot of the businesses in this community are extremely busy that week, and they can't be there for more than a couple days, but it's an opportunity for those people to support the tournament. That's great. So,
Hey Steve, why is it so important for the people to buy tickets?
Well, it's really kind of what I was just talking about again too. I mean, we wish there'd be more sponsor sales and some other things, but this community is entertaining our sponsors, our players, all the guests around here. So they're doing their job in a way, but there's obviously the Heritage Classic Foundation is taking a risk in the fact that we have to handle the, obviously television as well as the purse and some other things. So just, it's an easy way to support the tournament and in being able to give back and do what we do, and that's for charity. So buying tickets is one of the least expensive ways, but it still is a way to continue the support of the tournament.
Right. And you get a great value in return. Not only are you helping, but you get to go to the tournament, which is awesome.
Well, exactly. And if you do get into the weekly, you think about it, when you buy into other professional sports and things, you're buying a ticket for a 3-hour event or a 4-hour event. Here you have a week-long opportunity to see the best players in the world and enjoy the Harbor Town and this community, which is the added bonus. The atmosphere, which added bonus. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's great fun. Well, Steve, recently you announced changes to the parking, and what do people need to remember about that?
Well, the biggest thing is, fortunately for us, last year what happened, it was one of those things that our hand was somewhat forced, and it was a blessing in disguise, even though I wouldn't wish that weather upon anybody. And it affected everybody. But we put a plan in action, thanks to this great community. Again, anybody that we called, it was yes is the answer, what's the question? And that's what's great about being this community event that it is. But in the fact that we are going to move general spectators to the Coastal Discovery Museum at Honeyhorn, if we hadn't gone through the exercise we did last year, it would be a tough sell for us. And it wasn't perfect last year. It's not going to be perfect this year. But for the experience of those spectators coming, for the experience of those people that have the proper credential to get in at the park in Sea Pines, let alone for Sea Pines residents and those that are renting and staying in Sea Pines, the access of coming out and in, it should be, we anticipate it being a win-win-win for everybody, but it will certainly implement different things from this strategy for next year, but it's big change, but one that we're looking forward to.
Well, in your defense, I think with this total surprise with the weather and everything, last year being the way it was, I think you all handled that very well, because it was still smooth getting in and out. Well, on our end anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure
when I went to bed about 1:30 Saturday morning, I had no idea what was going to happen. Yeah. But when you look at working with the town, the Sheriff's Department, Beaufort County Schools, the Coastal Discovery Museum, the sign company, transportation, security, ecology, it was truly a team effort from the staff as well as the community, the messaging to get out there, changing signage, communicating to our volunteers and
all
things.
All the stuff that spectators don't think about.
Yeah. Well,
There's a
and
lot more to it
I'm
than
getting
that.
chill bumps thinking about it because it's not about myself or about the foundation. This is truly our event, this community's event, and it was a team effort to pull that off. And we learned from it, and it's going to make it a better experience for everybody that's going to want to be here this year, and we'll learn from it to make it better for next year.
Well, hopefully this year I won't have to wear my rain boots because I did, but I got cute ones, so they were fun. But other than parking, what's new at the tournament this year?
Well, actually, I mean, the exciting thing that we all are experiencing here in this community is the renaissance of this community, too. And a part of that renaissance is what Sea Pines is doing. We have a brand new clubhouse. Not open yet, but it will be open for the tournament. Sea Pines has done an outstanding job. They've made a commitment to not just this community, but certainly to the tournament. So the clubhouse will be something that will be an added bonus for the players, but also sponsors, as well as those that have clubhouse badges. We do have a social media lounge, which will be out on the 17-18 area, Heritage Lawn, and that's really two of the biggest things. So the clubhouse will certainly add to, will be exciting.
And there's so many things that make the tournament fantastic and first class, and the field is definitely always one of them. You always have a great field. So real quick, in a few seconds, who are some people that have committed recently to play?
Yeah, I mean, that's the interest. The great thing is this event's going to happen every year, but we're blessed too to have some of the best players in the world here too. But when you have the Matt Kuchars and the Ernie Els and the Brant Snedekers and the Luke Donalds, and you get into the Boo Weekleys, and Victor Duboisen is one of the top 20 players in the world, a Frenchman, and the first time he'll be playing here. You have Tom Watson and Kenny Perry are two Champions Tour players. I feel they can play with the young guys, and this is a golf course, a traditional golf course that they can, and I think it creates great competition amongst them, and it's going to be an exciting week, obviously.
Well, Tom Watson almost won the British Open a few years ago, so
well,
never rule him out.
Well, and if you remember last year, it was one of the biggest crowds I've ever seen is when he played. Tom Watson played with Jordan Spieth and Davis Love, and that's one of the reasons Tom's coming back. He didn't. I shouldn't say Tom, Mr. Watson, really, but he feels like his job wasn't done last year, and not having made the cut, and the weather certainly was a part of that for a lot of players. But it's going to be a great week.
Well, we're all excited and looking forward to it. Thanks for all you guys do.
Thanks for all the continued support HHI gives us.
Thank you. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more 843 TV.